I'm Sanjana Shah, founder at Curating Design Company. It's been about 1.5 years since we started out. So we specialize in interior design and everything that comes with it, furniture, products, and branding. I did my bachelor's at School of Interior Design at CEPT, and I went for my master's at Babson in entrepreneurship. So as a young person, also I was really inclined towards art. I did a 5-year course at Panoria Center of Art. I give due credit to my parents for introducing me to art at such a young stage. And also, when you tend to travel, you tend to come across different art forms in the country and across the globe. So I remember as a child, my parents used to take us on shopping trips, which were to source artifacts and art and even books. And my father is a developer and my mother is a picture artist. So it sort of came naturally to me when it comes to integrating art into spaces. So anything in a space that evokes a feeling while you're experiencing a space, I would say is art. But that could be really vague at times. But when it comes to tangible art, anything that is adding a layer or dimension to the experience. So art often helps reflect a person or a user's personality. So I feel any space would be incomplete without art. And art again has so many forms. So you cannot say that it's just wall art that is adding to a blank space, or it could be a lighting element. It could be one wall itself, which is standing out in a space. So I feel that even the process of designing, art comes at the very beginning. So architecture, interior design, and art, they all go hand in hand. That's what I feel. So fortunately for us, there have been instances where clients have sort of collected art from different places, and they want us to curate it or choose what they could use while keeping the kind of language of the space constant. And I feel when you associate artwork to a particular memory, so we always encourage our clients when it comes to a residence or sometimes even offices, that they sort of collect things if they're traveling, and if the project is running for a longer time, then they do have the time to sort of bring things from different places. So I feel when you associate artwork to a memory, it becomes all the more richer, and it adds another dimension to the space, like I said. However, it's not always that rosy. And sometimes at the end of the project, the client really wants to move on with the space. And that often happens when it comes to commercial spaces, like offices, where there is still a little bit of, people are not that aware of how art truly impacts a space. And then sometimes people even run out of budget or lose interest at the end. So, but the key is to sort of maybe add on art at a later stage if the budget runs out or something. But we do insist persistently to keep adding whatever at whatever stage they can. Yes, absolutely. It matters as to what kind of space we are designing. In commercial spaces, like an office, for instance, the art is a lot more subtle and nothing too distracting. That is how we like it. And sometimes in a retail or a commercial space, such as a gym that we did recently, the art form was in the form of a window display, which was depicting the program. So a lot of times when it comes to commercial spaces, it is related to the program. But when it comes to residences, it is a lot more personal, and it is in a lot more forms as well. So it could be paintings or photographs, even textiles at times, or sculptures, lighting pieces, and it's endless there when it comes to residences. Generally, up until now, it would be directly through artists we've come across at exhibitions or something like that. And sometimes we also custom make our art. I often keep visiting art galleries and design exhibitions whenever I do get a chance to do that. But in the COVID era, we have sort of limited access to those. So nowadays we often purchase art through online platforms. But I have been collecting some art for myself through my travels, even antique dealers and exhibitions in the city. They range from sort of wood sculptures, batik paintings on rice paper, ceramics, photographs, and paintings done by my mother herself. So it's a wide range, and sometimes it is very tempting to buy. So then we sometimes go along with the client and end up buying for ourselves. So it's a fun process. So I think COVID has definitely, paved a way in which we can experience a lot more art, like a platform such as Abir Pothi. We're getting exposed to a lot more artists, and it is the process has changed in such a manner that we could keep revisiting those artists, even get to know about new ones and stay connected. So that way, I feel the change is for the better. And obviously, you do miss the tactile part and the exhibition space where you can interact. But I feel this is a very good way in which clients could keep purchasing art for their own houses, or sometimes when the budget gets exhausted, they can still go back to the link that we would have sent them, and they can still repurchase that piece of art. So that way, I think online platforms have really helped us sort of keep clients aware about new things that are happening in the art space. So yes, I do think there's a need for better awareness when it comes to art. People still don't know how important it is for a space to have good art, and also it is very important to source art from the right place. Places which give due credit, platforms which give due credit to the artist. It is always a good option to purchase online or offline from platforms or places which give credit to the artist. Also, I feel it is important to include art in all its forms when it comes to education, which is lagging majorly in our education system. COVID has definitely changed the way we purchase art and the way we experience it altogether. Like I said earlier, it used to be through exhibitions and events that would happen in the city. But and we would take our clients along, and then it would be us experiencing the art together, and then sort of deciding which one would go best into what space. But now it is a lot more through presentations. So we give a space-wise list of what kind of art we could include in the space to the client with the reference links if it's online. And it has now become majorly online. And like I said, there's an advantage of us being able to browse through a lot more artists, a lot more forms of art from the convenience of a home. And the best part is also when the client wants to take his own time to source art, then they also have platforms which, like Abir Pothi, which they could keep revisiting and gradually keep adding to their collection. So we are really grateful to platforms such as Abir Pothi, for sort of introducing us to so many artists. And it is really good for us designers also, when not just when it comes to art for a project, but also just being aware of what is happening, what new stuff is coming around in the art space.